The following is a presentation of the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.
You are listening to Audio Suplex Live. We're back. I'm not wearing my sunglasses.
Shouts out to
oh my God.
A man who is a good friend of the show but will never listen to the show, Matt Gruen of the band Wax. That is his bass line right there at the beginning of the show, and every time I hear it,
It's very crunchy.
I think about it. It's a very crunchy bass line.
Yeah, very crunchy.
Shouts out to Wax.
So good. Oh, he almost broke kayfabe.
Well, the viewers at home did get a little peek.
Turn that camera off. Turn that
peepers.
camera off. Turn that camera off.
Whose man's?
Whomstiff's man's is this?
I'd like to give a quick shout out to Taylor. What's up, Taylor? I see you
T-Mac.
watching.
Yeah,
T-Mac.
We're back.
he was heavily seeking us out on all social
Yeah.
media. He's where is the show?
This is why we do
Back
it.
by popular demand.
I don't know
missed
how
you guys
popular
too.
demand it is, but I mean, we miss T-Mac.
No, T-Mac.
It is popular demand. That's
yeah,
fair.
that
That's
is
fair.
popular.
That's entirely fair.
Like
so.
T popular demand Mac.
Is that the full name? You putting
Yeah.
his full government out
It
there
is
like
full
that?
government.
It's full
All
government.
out there.
All out there. Welcome back, everybody. This is Audio Suplex Live,
What are we doing
episode
there?
43. We've made it through 43 of these, plus the additional satellite
The lost
episodes. The lost
episodes.
episodes that Corey likes to remind everybody of before I was so foolishly saying, no, pay-per-view specials are not episodes. But they are.
You got to pump those numbers up, Travis.
Yeah, we should be up to like 50-something because
50-something thousand subscribers?
well, we should definitely be up to like 50,000 something subscribers. But
Like, share, tell your friends how cool we are.
yeah, no, tell everybody. Scream it from the mountaintops.
Especially you, T-Mac.
Yeah. Who has been carrying the ASL flag since pretty much day one.
He's our
We're at
bannerman.
54 episodes.
54 total episodes.
Yeah, today.
Congratulations. Which I didn't think of this until recently. Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
The anniversary
Oh, yeah, it
of
just
Audio
happened.
Suplex Live was earlier in February. When
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago.
yeah, about 2 weeks ago. So, Joe, do we have that celebration drop still? I'm putting Joe on his toes already. Great good times, come on.
Come on.
Celebration. All right.
Damn.
So as you guys see on the video screen here, if you guys are watching the video format of this show, Heel Corey in control of the Audio Suplex Live, definitely not WWE branded championship belt.
That's our logo.
It is not a championship belt. It is a championship title.
Yeah.
While I'm holding it, it's a belt. Because I use it to hold my pants up.
Do you really?
Sometimes.
How big are
he
your
wears it
belt
without
loops?
pants.
I had to get them special tailored.
I guarantee you that there is a picture floating out there between he and his fiance of him doing like the Shawn Michaels with the belt over the. Yeah, I almost guarantee that's
already
a thing.
hangs.
It hasn't. No, that hasn't. She wouldn't be into that.
How do you know until you try?
I wouldn't do that to your belt. I have my own belt. I have 2 of these at home.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I
he
bought
has-
my own.
Yeah, he has skinnier ones.
So
Probably for the better.
Yeah.
skinnier ones.
The smaller belts?
No, I have this exact
You
belt.
got the full size?
I bought
Daddy?
another one.
Yeah.
I bought my own because I was afraid I might lose this one, but you guys have been making it so easy on me that I'm just gonna.
Here we go.
I have to mount 2 of them on my wall
Here
now.
we go. Okay. Well, we are back like we never left. We are here once again to basically just do what seems to become like the default format until we figure out exactly what ASL is going to become. We're doing a pay-per-view breakdown and preview of Elimination Chamber 2018. So got a lot of stuff going, a lot of interesting storylines.
It's a Monday Night Raw pay-per-view,
This is correct.
which if you are alone at home watching Monday Night Raw
In the greater Toledo area.
in the greater Toledo area, or even outside the greater Toledo area, the Beer Stube on Monroe Street in Toledo, we host Monday Night Raw every week. You can come check it out and watch it with us. We have trivia for money that you can win. Check it out. There, I'm done with my plug. You can go back to talking about the paper.
No, continue plugging. Like, no, it's a good time. We host with Monday Night Stube is what we affectionately refer to it as.
We have a poster
Yeah,
officially.
an
I don't
actual
think they're
poster.
I think they're hanging
Moving
it
up in
this,
the world.
You may have
this
seen
week.
us on Instagram. We have an ad currently running on Instagram trying to get some more people out. It's a good time. We joke. We have a good time. We watch wrestling. There's wrestling trivia written by yours truly.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. The food
I'm
is
just
good.
there drinking mead, looking posh. So
and never saying goodbye to a soul.
Oh yeah, King of the Irish goodbye.
King of the Irish goodbye. He's basically Finn Balor at this point. He's a Finn brother, if you will.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Is Finn brother?
Dude, you should do
what we're doing?
next year for
That's
Halloween.
a
You should do the Finn Balor face paint, and that should just be your costume. It's just Finn brother.
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Ideas.
Yes.
I love a good idea.
All right, so you guys just want to jump right into
Let's
it?
just freaking do it.
Let's just flip and
Just
do it.
coup
my
de
dude.
grace right into
Yeah,
this
let's
thing.
go.
Just
Feet first.
Still riding on the
Feet first.
Finn brother
Oh
here.
God, here we
Let's
go.
start with the card. What's the first match? What's gonna get our mouth salivating for the pay-per-view, Travis?
Are you making snacks?
No,
Then I have no idea.
I have salsa and chips. We went over this.
Fantastic.
For the party he's no longer hosting.
It's been canceled.
All right. So the first pre-show match and only pre-show match is going to be a tag team match between the Club and the Miztourage.
Also known as a bunch of nerds.
Bunch of nerds.
What's-
Huge bunch of
What's
nerds.
that? I'm not even gonna do the joke. Never mind.
What joke?
No, just,
You can't say you're
now
not
it's
going to do
blue.
the
I'm
joke.
blue now.
What Finn Balor said in the ring? What's that N-word we call them?
Oh,
Nerds.
yeah, with Jason Jordan in the ring.
Yes.
Yikes.
What's
Yeah.
that word we call these people? What is it? Yeah, no, that's
Ne'er-do-wells.
Finn Balor is like, the Irish were slaves too.
Naggers. It was naggers.
He's gotta go.
This episode has already taken like a very hard left turn. Actually,
we're gonna
it's not
lose our
hard right.
sponsors.
Very hard. Oh,
We're going to
Very,
lose all of our
very,
sponsorships.
very-
We're not going to have any
very-
ads on our videos now.
it's going to be like people flocking away from the NRA. They're just going to be like en masse companies leaving us. Delta, Enterprise Rent-A-Car,
Took a very alt-right turn.
Walmart. Jesus Christ.
Walmart.
So, Gallows and Anderson taking on the Miztourage. I don't have a lot of thoughts on this match. I think this one you can pretty much
Throw
like,
away.
it's a throwaway match, but this is good that they're finally doing something with the Club. Like they're finally starting to do a little bit of momentum with them. They had that little micro feud with the Revival there for a second, but I think they kind of split that off because
I was kind of thinking it was going to be them versus Revival for the pre-show.
I could see a situation here where the Revival inserts themselves into the match somehow, or like kind of causing interference, causing the Club to pick up the loss, thus kind of continuing that feud. But
I honestly see the Club winning this match and then going on to be the number one contenders at Mania. So
yeah.
that's what I think is going to happen. And
It's
then
about
I think they're going to win the belts at Mania.
It's about time because this is getting to the point where Raw's tag team division is just feeling very
Same
bland.
thing. Every
Yeah, it's like
week.
you have Titus Worldwide who's been doing their thing with
Which
the
is
bar
good.
versus the titles, which is good. It's a nice change of pace. But then you also have the Club who's over right now, but isn't in that picture with the bar at all.
I just don't feel like
So that's to piggyback off of what Corey just said. That makes sense if they were to be number one contenders.
keep them
after
away,
this.
and then you have your match at
if
WrestleMania.
they're pushing the bar, or not the bar, but the Club and Finn Balor as like a cohesive unit, I just don't see it. They haven't really done a whole lot with them as like a trio or as like a group outside of like the occasional promo or backstage segment or something like that. Like it's
For like 2-3 weeks there, they were coming out together.
I still feel like it's just the Club's time, though, man.
They need, like,
they're Raw's version of the Ascension, just with more screen time.
they need a T-shirt.
They're all going to win belts at Mania.
You think so?
No, they have a shirt, the Nerdometer,
I'm talking about like them with Finn Balor. Like they really need to like
to get over.
they need to get that group over as like a group. I don't feel attached to them as like a cohesive unit. To me, it just feels like
I felt like it was
Finn occasionally teams with these dudes he used to know in Japan.
Is it kind of like the diet version of like the Shield reunion?
No, because nobody in WWE really cares about the Club unless you're like some filthy smark that oh my god, the Bullet Club, you know what I mean? Like it's really not like
They could have just put it together for that Raw 25 and then that was it.
I feel like they had something going there, man. I feel like they were trying to build up to like that being like a unit, like that was being like.
I think that's still the long-term plan.
You think so?
Yeah, at least for a little bit.
You got to get through this first.
John?
And I also I like the whole fact that just getting off the Club, but the Miztourage, the fact that they're finally doing something with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, just because, man, Curtis Axel's tried so hard and just seems to get put in this epic, he is always in a failing gimmick. I mean, I thought he had a good thing with Damian Mizdow when they had the whole, Mega Maniacs thing that they gave up on way too soon, I felt.
Yeah, I'm a huge Curtis Axel fan, so
He's really good.
and they've never really done anything with him.
They're good separately. It's just they've just been in these weird spots.
This is probably the best thing they've done with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel in quite some time.
Oh, hands down.
Just being around the Miz makes you that
But they
much more.
feel like a J&J Security or the Singh brothers. Like, they're just the add-on. Like, I feel like...
Hey, man, you can't
I
build...
don't know. Singh brothers, they don't really do anything outside of...
That's true. They don't really
injured
wrestle
and
matches. You're right.
They
They
don't
don't...
tossed on tables.
You're right. They don't really wrestle matches.
Christ. Which is, I always thought that was a missed opportunity with them on SmackDown. You have like a tag team that's right there, ready to go,
No doubt.
with a built-in gimmick like that. They are the tag team equivalent of like the Jinder Mahal thing.
Yeah.
Like they're like the tag team.
They could
counterpart.
have been actual instead of
they could've-
managers and valet.
but-
They could have been actual.
They were brought out for one reason, and that's for Randy Orton to lawn dart them into things. Like that's literally it. It sucks,
Worth
and
it.
because they're incredibly talented.
Yeah.
If you remember the CWC, both of those guys had amazing matches in the CWC.
Yep.
Loved
Didn't they participate in the Dusty Classic too? All that run, or-
They were a tag team in NXT for a while. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Real quick,
It
did
was
you
like
guys,
for like 2 weeks they ran them and that was it.
did you guys see the announcement of the teams for the Dusty Classic this year?
Yep.
Yes, we did.
It's very similar to last year.
No, it's incredibly similar. The only I was a little surprised that what is it? War Machine wasn't making their debut in the Dusty Classic. I felt like that would have been like
Then
a
they would have
really
to win
good-
it.
You would assume. Let me see what teams are in.
Maybe
I
they
just
don't want to
wanna
push him to the tag title picture that quickly because the winner gets a tag team title match.
I'm gonna sidetrack us real quickly because I want to go through this bracket and I want to see who you guys have winning the Dusty Classic. Is that cool?
6-1.
TM61.
Street Profits versus Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
Street Profits.
Heavy Machinery. They need to get back on the card.
They need it, but so do Street Profits. Just as much. I
TM61's
think
going to
they're
beat
just
two
far
monster
more
teams in
over.
a row.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. TM61 versus AOP, and then they would have to go through Heavy Machinery as
Right.
well. if
They're
they-
going to win beat both of them.
TM61 versus AOP again.
Sabatelli versus Riddick Moss versus Sanity, the team of
That happened
Eric-
last night.
Did it? I
Yeah,
didn't catch that one yet.
That was at a house show in Canada.
My-
I don't remember the result. I honestly don't know if I ever did.
My heart says Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch taking it the whole way because I absolutely love that pairing together. It's literally like peanut butter and jelly.
Maybe
versus-
that's the final team that TM61 has to beat, and they just go through all these.
It's
insane
gonna be either
teams.
Sanity or Mustache Mountain from the other side of the other side of the bracket.
I forgot
Unfortunately,
about Mustache Mountain.
Mustache Mountain.
That's gonna be a pretty good bracket.
Yeah,
Each
it's a-
match is pretty much you don't know which way it'll go.
I love Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan though, so good. Anyway,
Awesome.
Go player 1 and player 2.
yeah, Jesus Christ. Choose your fighter. There's like noob Cybot and
It's
Smoke.
Cyrex and Smoke.
Cyrax and Smoke, basically. Let's go.
First,
First
pre-show's over.
pre-show is over. Thank
Let's
God.
get into the main
If I have to see
meat
Lita
and potatoes.
talk one more time,
The brass tacks of the pay-per-view.
the brass tacks and the meat and
We
potatoes.
like the ass tax because this next match we're going to talk about is
ass.
over it.
It is such a poorly built feud.
I think this is the hardest call of the card.
You guys been to Cedar Point in a while? I know they just closed down like that blue streak, but that's what this match feels like. It's very up and down. It's a very rough ride, and
Mean
while
streak.
it's fun to watch, I'm very uncomfortable after.
You do it because like you want to, because it's like there. You're like I have to. But
Yeah.
you're just like
It's a classic.
it's like the corkscrew. That's like my.
Oh,
I don't do that anymore.
it hurts your head.
It's so bad.
It's bad.
I just can't. Me personally, I can't get invested in Bray Wyatt matches anymore, just because I'm so upset with what they did with him. He came in on such a hot streak, and then they just buried him and buried him and buried him. That now it's hard to even watch him because he had so much potential, and they just
He's buried, but he gets his hand popped up out of the grass, very old school Undertaker-esque, and he's like reaching, and he's trying to get that brass ring, and then they take it from him. And then he's like
booked
right back
so
under the
poorly. Probably
Yeah.
one of the worst booked people.
Last
in
year's
WWE.
Elimination Chamber winner, guys.
Right. He pinned
is
AJ
going-
Styles and John Cena clean.
and here we are today.
It's just so hard to get like invested in Bray Wyatt. Like you just don't like it's.
You got to be a masochist, man. Like
You really have to be a Bray
like,
Wyatt fan is hard.
it's a Browns fan.
It's yeah, you're basically a fan of the WWE equivalent of the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
Bray Wyatt's steadily going 0-16. Let's go.
That being said, are you taking Bray Wyatt to take the win tonight?
There's no way. He's eating another loss, and then next time you see him, it'll be on main event, putting over Aleister Black.
They don't run main event anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Okay. Maybe superstars that got canned.
Yeah.
They still run it. I'm going to take...
Oh, yeah, they do.
So Bray won on Raw 25. Did they wrestle before that, too?
But that win on Raw 25 was like...
That's why I'm saying, I don't know
all their matches have been... I think they've wrestled more than once.
Because they're supposed to be at pay-per-views, and then they got removed, and then they do them the next day, and then they're thrown in to kind of like segue into something else. They haven't actually had that time to really tell a story outside of oddly timed and awkward promos.
I can see Matt Hardy's Broken Universe making a bigger impact tonight, maybe, because they do have the rights to all that stuff, and apparently they were shooting stuff at his compound, and they had Vanguard 1 even was mentioned on, I think, WWE.com. So I can see maybe that stuff making a debut tonight, and that could lead to maybe Brother Nero will come out. Probably not. I think he's got till WrestleMania.
Injured, but he's got till after Mania, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we'll see more of the Broken Universe, and maybe that's what leads to Matt Hardy's victory this evening.
This whole feud could literally just be a setup to kind of like get the fans familiarized with the concept, and then once this feud is over, then they really can kind of like take the brakes off and just say, okay, now just go full
But do
go.
fans have to be familiarized when they've been screaming delete since WrestleMania last year?
Testing the waters, man, making sure that it's over with the fans.
Well, they waited long enough.
Although they really need to amend that hand gesture, because there's still many people just doing it. It's so wrong.
It's straight out, guys. If anything, sweep downward. Don't sweep up.
It's bad. It's bad.
Switch to your left hand when you do it.
It should be like delete.
No, that's Wakanda Forever.
Well, yeah, but then every match is going to get stopped midway through. And
Wait, I thought I saw the ref.
Yeah.
No, that's a Black Panther thing now. You can't.
Oh man.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I can't get invested in this. I'm not even invested in this version, this watered down version of Broken Matt Hardy. Like, it's just not very. It's lost. It's lost. It's literally like it's Kroger brand Broken Matt Hardy. This is like one of the first things that I think in recorded history that TNA has done infinitely better than WWE. Wow. Like WWE is giving us like the great value version of something that was incredible when it first came out. And that's what was great about the Broken Matt Hardy thing when it first happened. It was game changing. Like there was nothing else like it in the world of professional wrestling. Like it was just complete.
Then the Wyatts versus New Day happened.
Yeah. And then the House of Horrors match also happened, lest we forget. Like I don't know. The WWE did just bring in Jeremy Borash, who was also like a huge.
I think he's for NXT though.
But he's still being around it though. That'll give them another person who is connected with that original idea and that original, property to kind of like help maybe kind of like bring back some of that original flavor from it when it was in TNA. Because what they did in TNA for that first entire Broken Matt Hardy thing was pure brilliance.
Yeah.
This is just.
Is it brilliance in comparison to where you already? I'm not downing TNA at all. When you kind of had a crap promotion though, so something like that looks fantastic in comparison to the actual product that they're putting out. But the product that WWE has in conjunction with this, does this not look as good?
A step down,
right?
Quality,
yeah.
Because it's not what they're accustomed to.
I don't know if you'll be able to ever recreate the organicness of the original Broken Matt Hardy. I think it just came at the right time, right place, right time. It was the right amount of different to get everybody like, wow, this is insane. This is crazy.
It went viral. It got a lot of eyes on TNA too, and I think that is in part with TNA being whack.
TNA, yeah.
And then you had something great there. Yeah. This here we don't need it, but
here we are.
All right, let's lock in our picks. We all saying Matt Hardy? Anyone saying Bray Wyatt?
I'm taking Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy.
All
right.
We're the Hardy boys. Hardly for Bray.
Not like most girls.
I would do Asuka's music, but I don't know what it is. Okay, yeah, I do. That's pretty good music, actually. I don't know what that is.
That's what it is. It's just like if you listen to it, it's actually very bass heavy and it sounds all distorted.
Okay.
That's what I was doing the distortion. It
So
was a filter.
let's. What is the match that we're seeing the tunes for?
Nia Jax versus Asuka. If Nia Jax beats Asuka and ends her undefeated streak in singles competition, before you throw all your little caveats of she's been pinned in tag matches.
Okay.
If
She hasn't even been pinned.
Nia
her
Jax,
partner's been
if
pinned.
Nia Jax wins over Asuka, she then gets inserted into the women's title match at WrestleMania, thusly making it a triple threat match.
If that's the match.
If that's the match.
If Asuka goes for the Raw Championship.
She has to,
Why?
doesn't she?
She didn't announce. who she's-
Technically,
Are
when
we
you
still
win a
playing-
Rumble and with the brand split, like you can go after who you want. She never announced who it was gonna be
Right.
because Rhonda Rousey came out and cringely pointed at Asuka.
very poorly. It's a possibility. It's a possible outcome that Asuka challenges Charlotte and that Nia challenges the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber.
Who is going to be
Discussed later on the show.
brilliant. I like it. Keep them waiting. I like this. I don't have. This one's kind of hard. This is probably the hardest match on the card for me to pick.
The undefeated Asuka, your love of your life, Asuka.
Nobody loves Asuka more than me.
It's just because Nia Jax is finally getting that push, and we hate to see it just
Exactly, and
get
that's-
squashed by Asuka again.
But it's going to happen.
But that's the thing. Like, they're doing so much with Nia right now to build her back up to that like true monster of the
They
That would be
pulled her away
huge
from
if
Bliss.
she pinned
kind of softened
Asuka.
her up.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be huge if she pinned Asuka?
Are you saying huge because she's,
Huge.
because she's a little thicker?
No.
Just a little thick.
This is insane.
It would be huge.
I just don't know that this is the time and the place to.
Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Asuka's still a badass even if
But
she
you also
loses.
got to remember this.
Okay, I'll remember.
So you then insert Nia Jax into the women's title match at WrestleMania. Then you have Ronda Rousey, who is basically trying to pick her spot as to where she's going to come in and does the point thing and stuff like
Fatal
that.
4-way?
That's what I'm thinking. Fatal 4-way. It would make a lot of sense,
It would
especially
hide
with
her.
somebody. It would exactly. It would mask Ronda Rousey. It would give like 3 other capable competitors. Don't be surprised if Sasha Banks comes out of this Elimination Chamber match, or Bayley with the title or something like that. That gives 3 very capable workers in Asuka, Bayley, and or Sasha Banks and Nia Jax, who's improved a lot lately, to kind of mask over the fact that Ronda Rousey is probably just not as ready.
Right.
And she doesn't have to get pinned.
Exactly, and it protects Asuka, and the only thing is, like, I just don't know if Nia is really going to help with that.
She's not like most girls.
Give me Asuka.
Asuka. I'm going to take... fortune favors the bold. I'm going to take Nia Jax.
Can I take the verses in between the two names?
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
get
don't-
0 points.
Just put,
You
yeah,
can.
put a circle.
I think it'll be like a DQ or a non-finish or something like that that causes Nia Jax to be entered into WrestleMania. But
Asuka wins, but Nia Jax gets like tapped out. Not tapped out. She gets knocked out or something, like choked out. She doesn't tap or anything, and then
that makes her look weak. She's so much bigger than Asuka.
but hey, you take the
Asuka
air out of
has-
anybody's lungs, you going to sleep.
Asuka has like Asuka has how many like victories over Nia Jax already?
On NXT,
Still canon.
No,
is it?
they haven't had a one-on-one yet
Yes, they have.
since her.
Well, I don't think
Since
since
her call-up?
NXT.
Oh man, because Nia was one of
It's
the
a tough
first,
one.
Was the one to kind of give Asuka that credibility. before the
Didn't
number
Nia
got
Jax
high.
beat Asuka in NXT?
No, because otherwise
no
we
one
wouldn't be
beat
talking
her.
about
Oh.
this undefeated streak.
Damn, you're right.
Nice try though. Nice thinking. You just really want to see Asuka fall. Don't
She's
you?
gonna lose. So Nia,
Let's get Sean's opinion in here. I'm not.
Sean.
I'm
First
making
of
up
all-
mine.
First of all,
of
here
all-
we go.
This
This
one-
oh wait, I take that back. We're talking about Asuka and Sean. Just give us a yes or a no.
No.
Sean, the floor is yours.
This is going to be a very unpopular opinion with this panel, but I think Nia Jax is an incredible waste of space
Ooh.
Oof.
because
Oof.
it's the same as all these other monster heels that they're supposed to be built as this unstoppable force, but then once they face credible opponents, they do nothing but eat the pinfalls.
Right.
And that's all she's done.
So you're saying she's less the female...
She's basically the female equivalent of Bray Wyatt.
I was going to say, she's less the female Braun Strowman and more the female Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Credible, but not really.
Built up, credible.
The
but,
female Ishii, if you will.
Oh, man.
For us New Japan.
For the New Japan fans.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any of those watching.
And that's why Asuka's taking it to Mania.
Asuka's not going to lose until after she gets the belt. It's just not going to happen.
We don't have belts. We have titles.
Or titles.
She's going to win that belt.
Jesus Christ, Sean. Learn your vernacular.
It's a belt.
I'm going to print out the entire Vince McMahon
glossary
notes that he gave to the Raw commentating team like in 2008 and just hand it to you. That is your...
That'll work for Vince.
That's your guideline.
All right.
So I'm the only one saying Nia.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm taking this belt home another month.
You might be right, dude. Honestly, this is a coin flip for me. Then again, and I said this before we went on the air, I don't see them feeding the streak to Nia Jax at Elimination Chamber 2018, but I also didn't see them feeding Charlotte's undefeated pay-per-view streak to Bayley at whatever
that also doesn't
Fastlane
have
or whatever
the
the hell
same
it was.
weight, and you know it.
That was really.
They didn't do anything with it though either.
They talked it up. And because at the time she was running heel anyway,
well, that
so
was
it's something that because she at the time and she's teamed up now and they're the Robe Warriors in the mixed match challenge, but she was a heel, but she was like a clean heel. She wasn't really too dirty. She was just
she didn't
nasty
necessarily
and
cheat.
mean.
She's confident.
They had to give her something that puffed her up a little bit, and that's what it was. Outside of that, it really wasn't that big of a deal. They just talked it up for the last 3 months.
I also feel like that streak was one of those arbitrary statistics that you just pull out.
They figured it
that's
out.
Exactly what it was. It just so happens to be.
Bayley is actually undefeated in matches that end in days that are even numbered or something you know what I mean?
Right.
It was an arbitrary thing. Just so happened.
Fun fact: Bayley is 1-1 in San Jose. You lost one time in your hometown, but you won the last.
But the best one was when she lost the title, lost the title match to
everyone
Alexa
thought
Bliss.
she was going to win.
I called that one. I said Alexa Bliss was taking that belt.
Oh
title.
Yeah, you were too geeked about that.
I'm still a little blissed off.
Yeah.
Wow.
But can we get her on TV though?
Hey, you got to.
She hadn't defended that thing since October. Or something like that. October.
It's been a while.
Well, that's how Raw's titles go, man. The champion shows up once every couple months, defends the title, and then she's like the female Brock Lesnar. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Babe Lesnar, if you will. Number 4, The Bar taking on Titus Worldwide. I am so upset that I just did that.
You did it wrong. You did his
whatever
seal thing.
Yeah.
He said the seal.
They do the worldwide. Yeah.
Don't do that.
No.
Baby.
Yeah. So 4th match of the card. The Bar. Is this a title match officially? Defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against Titus Worldwide.
They're actually the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Whatever.
Belts.
They're
Do they
not
become
belts.
world
Champion belts.
They're not belts. They're shields. No, this
bucklers.
is something. It's better than. I first and foremost, I am all in favor of Primetime Players 2.0. I love it. I think it's great. They keep coming out to the music. I'm here for it. I like it. Also, anything that gets Secretary Dana Brooke out at ringside, I'm also.
We got an official title. It sounds like something.
Yeah, no, this is good. I like Titus Worldwide. It is sports entertaining. I love it. It gives Apollo, not Apollo Crews, because we don't like last names anymore. It gives Apollo something to do other than twiddle his thumbs and face Grand Metalik on a weekly basis.
About how great of a feud that is, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, WWE versus
last names. Yeah, Adrian Neville, and first names too.
Oh yeah,
Adrian Neville.
They're obsessed with one name.
Apollo Crews.
Rusev was last
Elias.
name was Alexander.
Yeah, Rusev Alexander, Elias Sampson.
No, his last name is Rusev.
Alexander Rusev.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah, Alexander Rusev.
Oh, okay.
Not Rusev Alexander.
Damn.
Rusev is definitely more of a Bulgarian last name than Alexander.
Yeah, you're right. I love Rusev. Happy Rusev Day, by the way,
Yeah,
guys.
I
How do we even forget?
Today is Rusev
Happy
Day.
Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev
Joe,
Day.
happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day.
I'm gonna go bold on this one.
Here we
Whoa.
go.
It's Titus Worldwide time, baby.
No.
Baby. Yes, because they are good. They are entertaining, and they've beaten them already.
Twice.
That's exactly
Twice
why they're
already.
not
They're
winning
not
this
gonna win.
match.
Yeah, well, they have.
They had to beat them twice to build up the credibility enough for them to actually put them
Earn
into
the
this
spot.
match.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then we wouldn't have to have this match on Elimination Chamber. That's why.
Sheamus
We
and
don't need it.
Cesaro
You're
are
right, we
taking
don't
those
need
belts.
it.
And
Yeah, we don't need it on there. So that,
There's-
but that's why it's going to be that one that makes you go, because everything else is going to be predictable as hell.
There's
Sean.
really no reason to make that title change right now.
No. That team is carrying those belts into WrestleMania, and they are going to lose them to the club.
And then they're going to get drafted to SmackDown
The bar?
at Backlash. Yeah.
You think so?
I'm just over.
Well, and
the
they're
bar.
gonna clear some room because you need somewhere for AOP to come up to.
Yeah, but they're going to go to SmackDown.
AOP?
They've wrestled. No. The bar.
Yeah.
AOP would make sense on Raw.
The bar would be fantastic on SmackDown. You start getting them in
All
the mix
new-
with
all
the New
new
Day.
tags.
You start getting them in the mix with the Usos. I could see a lot of
Bludgeon Brothers.
the Bludgeon Brothers. There's a lot of good matches there for them. I like that.
And they're credible because they're like 15-time tag champs.
Well, at this
Because they
point,
win them every
just,
month.
Yeah, they just
Right.
hot potato the titles when a Shield member gets hurt. You kidding me?
That's why I also would. That's
Shit,
hot
Dean
potato.
Ambrose. Shit, Dean Ambrose is out. Somebody gets Cesaro and Sheamus in here. Fuck.
His teeth are caved in. I don't give a
I
damn.
don't give a damn. Get him in there. Where's that Swiss man?
Sheamus is a broken neck. I don't give a damn.
also. You guys keep listing off the reasons why I don't think they're going to take.
All
over
right.
me.
You're a fool. You're a fool.
Okay.
Mr. McMahon, what do you think?
I don't give a damn.
The bar, just because, like I said, there's no reason to make the title change right now.
I agree. They just won them, didn't they? Didn't they just beat Jason Jordan? And,
Yeah, but they
Seth
always
Rollins?
just won them. They don't.
Yeah, that's true. They have always just won them.
Yeah, it's every other month.
I'm going with the bar because I think they're going to lose to the club at WrestleMania. I think that's a bigger money match than any of the other tag matches they can have at WrestleMania for the belts. The bar, the club. Club goes over.
And then the Hardys come back at Mania and win the belts again.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Wait, there's room for one more team in this
Now,
match.
who could it be? Classic. I love that. That was such a good moment. That was like the
Yeah.
best WrestleMania moment probably of last year.
And they didn't wrestle a match either, did they?
Who?
The New Day.
No, they
they
literally
just
just hosted and dressed like chocobos. It was great.
Yeah.
They should host SmackDown.
He looked like a little chocobo. I love it. You guys need to listen to Ron Funches. Fantastic.
So you didn't say who you were taking? Did you say the bar?
I literally just
Okay.
like
The
pontificated on it for like.
Titus Worldwide.
I mean,
the
I
bar,
didn't.
the
I don't
bar.
think I overtly said the bar,
Okay.
but I just pontificated. on it
I
for-
realized that you were talking down on Titus Worldwide the whole time. So.
and I love Titus Worldwide. Don't get it twisted. But like, they're just not tag team champions right yet. They are a feeder team that has been built up.
You guys always forget about those teams though that like win and then like lose on Monday.
I guess.
So like Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
Unless the club wins
plenty
on
of things
Monday.
have happened
Titus
on Monday,
Worldwide
like,
is not
and then-
that over.
doesn't have to be.
They have to be.
Uh-oh, we froze.
Anyway. Match number 5 in the historic trademark, copywritten, registered trademark, Women's Revolution Elimination Chamber. First time ever. Trademark, registered trademark, copyright. Alexa Bliss defending the Raw Women's Championship versus Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James for some reason, Sasha Banks, and Sonya Deville.
Hot damn.
Is anybody else as big a Sonya Deville fan as I am?
No, me.
I'm a fan.
Let's go.
I'm a fan.
I'm on the Sonya train. She's probably going to be.
I was there with the Daria Baronata days.
She's going to probably out of this whole absolution thing become the breakout star of the group. I know they're probably high on Mandy Rose because she obviously has like a lot of appeal.
Why?
Some would say she's attractive.
I've never heard of that.
Some would say she's attractive. I don't know. I personally think she's probably I don't know. She's going to be a breakout star in that. But this is not her match to win because you guys remember this is Wrestling Mania season. This is where we set up for our Wrestling Mania feuds and matches. I'm giving the W.
Ooh. See, I thought I knew, but then I'm trying to think of who the match would be at
Bayley.
WrestleMania. It doesn't really match.
Bayley.
Bayley.
They've been kind of undercurrenting a little bit of a push for her
She hasn't. It's not the obvious push.
It's
She's
a little bit of an underground, like a groundswell.
Because you had Asuka winning the first,
And then Sasha goes full heel after Bailey eliminates her.
They've been buddies, and we know how
They're
friends are in
buddies.
WWE.
I think I want to change my Nia Jax pick. I think if Sasha turns heel on Bailey, Bailey wins. They have Sasha versus Bailey at WrestleMania.
I was just going to say, I'm going to go Alexa Bliss because I think Sasha turns on Bailey tonight. Or, hey, maybe
Do a
vice
non-title.
versa, but highly unlikely. If anybody's going to turn heel, it seems like Sasha would be.
right.
Bailey turns heel, drops the leg drop on Sasha Banks,
I
and
will
then
say that-
unveils the new BWO
Look, I will
Bailey
say this
World,
much,
the
though.
HWO Hug World Order.
Calm
I
down.
will say this much, though. They did do an interview a couple years ago with Bailey, and she said she would not be opposed to being a heel.
Right.
As a
I'm
matter
sure
of fact,
none
she
of them would be
crazy.
opposed to being a heel.
Yeah,
Dude,
but-
when heel's got to be the
are
funnest
you
shit
working?
ever.
Are you getting
Being a
paid?
heel is the
Exactly.
funnest shit ever.
But just looking at the people in the match, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville aren't ready yet
No,
they're,
to be
they're
champs.
filler.
And it
They're
just
spackle.
Mickey James is just there,
She's the
for
Chris
be there.
Jericho of the women's division.
she's going to help Alexa Bliss at some
And-
point in the match. It's going to cost her.
And I think they're just setting this up for Bailey and Sasha for WrestleMania.
I see Bailey hugging that belt, that Chambers rising to let him out, or however. Because I don't know. I would honestly see them closing out the show today.
With the women's match?
Because it's for the belt.
Right. So close out the show. She's hugging that belt, and then
Well, plus
you
that
get
gives
like
Stephanie
that
the
shining wizard to like the back of the skull or something.
That gives Stephanie McMahon the opportunity
Sasha.
tomorrow night to come out and say, we put the women's match as the main event, everybody. Look, we love women's revolutions. We're great.
We love
please,
women's revolutions.
please buy the network.
We're gonna have our first ever women's WrestleMania.
And I've talked about this before. Jesus
Because that's what
Christ.
they've been doing, right? They would do the first women's something, and then the next night announce a new women's something, women's Mania.
Maybe
man.
I'm just cynical, but every time Stephanie McMahon
on
comes
Friday
out to
night?
like pat herself on the back for how well WWE is doing with the women's division, it's so heavy-handed and it's so just ham-fisted. Like, look at us guys, we're really good now. Forget Katie Vick, forget bra and panties matches, guys. Please, we're really good. Please buy the
Puppies
network.
are something else now.
Yeah, it's oh my god, it's
That's
so.
the ACPC.
I'm all for it,
Oh, this is so tough.
but yeah, give me Bailey.
Bailey.
Bailey?
Yeah, I'm the first one that said Bailey. You said shocked as me.
Bailey?
Yeah.
Bailey?
Bailey Club for life. Let's go.
Bailey?
Alexa
He's
Bliss.
taking-
Alexa Bliss.
Book it, Corey.
Sasha Banks. Whoa. Heel Banks. Whoa.
Yeah, she's going full heel today for sure.
Legit
I
Corey.
think,
Banks.
and I kind of think they need to make Sasha a heel for the time being because I think she's getting kind of bland now.
Yeah.
Oh, she's always been.
Has she
playing
ever
this
been
thing.
heel on main roster?
No.
She was like
Yes.
a tweener when she started?
You know, she was
Oh,
heel,
She was
Team
team
Bad.
team bad.
Team
You're
Bad.
right. You're right. You're
But
right.
she was like the
but she wasn't.
background of that. You know?
right.
But she's
Could you
just-
imagine being like the least over part of like a team that included like who was in that?
It was
Tamina?
Naomi and
Tamina.
Sasha
And Naomi?
was the-
Yeah, Naomi. Like that. She was like the afterthought of that group.
What show did you watch? Superstars?
But that was when they're like
SmackDown.
hashtag Women's Revolution, aka we're bringing up all the NXT call ups and partnering them up in little like groups. Because then you had like who was it? Becky Lynch was in
CMB?
It was Charlotte,
Yeah.
Becky, and Paige, which was like
CMP.
yeah,
Yeah.
No, CBP.
whatever.
It was Team
PBVP.
PCB. That's what
PCP,
it-
if you will.
The schoolgirls or something.
Yeah,
right?
they were almost the sorority sisters, but
Bought
it's
it-
almost a porn.
Bought his
Yeah,
mama a
yeah,
car.
yeah.
Spent the rest on PCP.
Accurate.
Love it.
All right. Bailey, Alexa, Banks. What's next?
What's next? Your main event of the evening.
That sounded weird.
Step
Sounded like a whole dirt bike.
Step right up for the Who Gets Fed to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania showcase.
Showcase.
Balor's for the title he never lost.
Balor's winning.
Balor.
You're coming right out the
I-
gates with your
Balor.
prediction.
That
He's
is
over.
not the craziest idea I've ever
He's got
heard.
new shirts.
Did you see a shirt that says "over" in
Yeah.
it? Oh my god!
It's
Forever and "over" is bolded in a different
Yeah,
color
like
or something.
red or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, he's
gosh.
got new merch, and it's the title he never lost. But everybody's gonna look fantastic in it.
I do see it.
Against Brock?
No, in this, but then
Well, if he
Balor-
wins, he
Balor-
faces Brock.
Yeah, but Balor versus
Was it-
Brock would be dope.
Was it last Monday during Raw when I when I posited the idea that WWE leaked out a year ago at WrestleMania that the plan going forward for the next Mania.
And that's why
So no matter what happens, you'll be happy.
in every form of the show, all the way up to into this,
and that's why we have a podcast, so I can pontificate on it even further.
Yeah.
What if they leaked out there like, yeah, it's going to be Roman Reigns, and everybody's like, oh my God, for the whole year, Roman Reigns is going to be in WrestleMania. Why does this even matter? Everybody that Brock faces is going to... They swerve us here. They give us a different match for Mania with Lesnar, and then we end up getting something else entirely different for Roman at Mania.
Roman versus Seth.
Exactly.
Right.
With the maybe full-on Roman
I think
heel turn.
Strowman makes more sense than Balor to win then.
Strowman would make a ton of sense.
Because that would be a huge match. People love
Truth
Braun
be told,
Strowman.
out of everybody in this match, he is probably the most over currently.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like,
you got a shirt that says over Balor, but yeah,
Strowman's got like 5 shirts and a sweatshirt.
Get these hands.
Yeah,
he's got so many shirts.
I don't think for a second that maybe Vince didn't want Reigns and Lesnar at Mania, but Vince is a smart man. He sees how over Braun Strowman is.
Strowman's one of his pet projects too.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me for him to like just pull out the plan.
Give it to Strowman.
Go with plan
Have
Strowman.
him flip the chamber over.
Get him another guitar. Oh my!
Flip the chamber.
There is going to be a spot tonight where he bust open somebody's pod. Or bust out of his. He's gonna bust out of his own pod.
Isn't no what? Yeah, no. I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna pin the guy that's in the ring, and he'll be the only one in there. So he picks somebody like, all right, I'm coming for you, and he breaks him out.
It's gonna be Elias.
So he has someone to
He's
beat
gonna
up.
bust open Elias's pod.
because he's supposed to be last, but they break him in early.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good.
And then he's gonna bust him out and then pull him into the ring and just murder Elias.
That'd be a good spot
on live television, and then eat his head.
I'm kind of wondering. Is it 7:00 yet?
Have you guys ever seen that move that he does where he like unhinges his jaw and eats like an entire human being in one bite? No. It's great. Oh my God!
Keep an eye out for that.
It's his fatality, if you will. Braun Strowman wins. Fatality. There you go. Balor is a good choice. I like it. And I don't really see another program for him at Mania. And I would love to see a situation at the end of Mania where Balor overcomes all the odds, beats Brock Lesnar. Even Paul Heyman, if you remember that promo, said that Finn Balor was like the most interesting equation in that title picture. You know what I mean? You close the show with the club and Balor holding all the gold. Like, are you kidding me? That would be a way to get over that unit. That would be an incredible way to get over that
Brock.
unit. He beats Brock, and then he is officially like the guy. Like, he is like the face of Raw.
Universal champion.
Yeah, the first ever Universal Champion, the man who never actually lost the belt.
And beat Brock Lesnar.
And then beats Brock Lesnar. That would be the biggest rub in Finn Balor's career. It'd be fantastic.
WWE would never book anything that well.
But if it is going to be anybody,
Glory taking the wind out the sails. Did you see? I was just looking this way.
If it is going to be anybody besides Roman Reigns, give me Strowman or Balor.
Yeah.
Well, you have to pick one.
That is too well written for WWE's palate. Like it's too good. They would never do that. So give me Braun Strowman.
Whoa.
Wow. It's the easy choice. It's the easy
savage.
Yeah. And then,
Sean,
then anticipate Balor and The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship.
Let me answer. Who's in charge of the WWE right now?
Vince McMahon.
The universe, obviously.
No.
Who?
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Okay.
For now.
And Vince McMahon doesn't give a damn what we want.
Exactly.
Ergo. And here's the thing. He's purposely kept Roman Reigns away from that belt.
For months.
Get worked, Sean. I'm telling you right now.
I'm telling you.
I agree with Sean.
Where in the past 10 years have you seen Vince McMahon deviate from his plan? He did it one time when he threw Seth Rollins out there for the cash-in.
By and nope. Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30. Chris Benoit, WrestleMania 20.
He doesn't care, and he's going to justify it by look, he hasn't had the belt in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is going to win tonight because they're going to put the title on him at WrestleMania so that way they can justify, look, you can't get mad. He hasn't been the champ in almost 2 years.
He's never been the champ.
He's never been
The
the
Universal Championship
but he
has
hasn't,
4 people in its lineage. One who ripped his shoulder
For
out.
less than a day, he held the
Yeah,
belt.
and then Kevin Owens for like the most lackluster title run in probably recorded history. Goldberg for the second most lackluster title run in recorded history, and then
A lot of bad reigns, and then Brock.
Brock Lesnar, like
Who hasn't been on TV?
who hasn't been on TV.
Vince McMahon does not give a damn what we think.
I'm going with Roman as well.
Roman's going to win tonight. Despite what we all want.
And then I'll get to keep this for another month.
Because
Prepare to get swerved, Marks.
I hope.
Well, I
hope and
hope so
pray.
too. But
I
I
hope
think
Elias wins.
But
That's
I
what I
think
hope.
Strowman and Elias. I think for some reason,
Who does your heart want to win?
I honestly like to see Seth Rollins just because he's been such a non-factor.
I really
for
don't.
so long that
Nothing about
But-
a Seth Rollins.
but I
Brock
also
Lesnar
like
match
Finn Balor.
entices me.
I think I would pick. If I could pick, I would pick Finn Balor.
I just don't think Strowman's ready for the heavyweight title run. I think you need to give. Hear me out. I think
He doesn't need it necessarily right now either.
he doesn't need it. I have a feeling they're going to work a program at WrestleMania with Strowman, maybe Elias, and The Miz for the Intercontinental title.
Here's your programs coming out of this for WrestleMania,
In your opinion.
in my opinion. Strowman, Lesnar for the Universal title.
Wow.
Elias and Cena are going to rekindle their feud with one another, and that's going to be
What about
a way
Taker,
to-
bro?
That's going. Taker is not coming back.
Bong.
Cena is going to work Elias at WrestleMania, and that's going to get Elias over like Rover. Even though I don't think beating Cena at this point really carries the same.
He's going to kick out of a Super AA.
Yeah.
When's the last time?
Balor is going to work The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship, and then we will still get a moment where, at one period of time, although it's not the Universal title, the Balor Club has
belts.
all the belts. And then Reigns and Rollins are going to work a blood feud between one another because they're going to screw each other in this match somehow.
AJ goes to Raw after losing to Shinsuke.
And then wins all the
and
belts.
then he'll win the Universal title.
I just want to point out too. When's the last time that Cena's been in a match where he's kind of just there?
For like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
But he's been in, up past the mixed tag match.
What was his match that he had that he lost not too long ago to
On Raw, he lost to Seth Rollins, but that was an awesome match.
No. It was at a pay-per-view. It was the most recent one he put over.
I don't think he put anybody over.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that may have been it. Yeah, when he put over Roman Reigns last year.
But
like-
it's just, this is one of those matches where, Cena's kind of like that main card where I think this is the first time in a long time where it's kind of like he's in the match, but it's just kind of like, oh, he's there.
He's not going to win.
Well, no. I don't even think anybody thinks he's going to win.
What if when he loses, he's just so heartbroken? Like when Shawn wanted to face Undertaker at WrestleMania and he lost the Rumble. Remember, he was like freaking out, like, it's my shot to get to WrestleMania.
I
face
could
Taker.
see that, though, because
John loses it at the end. That would be interesting.
a darker John Cena, I think.
Still face, but like sad Cena.
We've already seen him
Tear
play that
Cena.
before. Leaves the wristband and everything like that in the ring after losing to AJ Styles. You know what I mean? Like
It's a circle. Wrestling's, they use everything more than once.
time is a flat circle,
That's maybe true. I don't know.
buddy.
Like a record.
Yeah.
Like a broken record, Travis.
Yeah. So you think the track that we're going to get stuck on is Roman Reigns wins, LOL?
He's going to
So
win.
just know when the bell rings after the Elimination Chamber, you're getting a text from me telling you I told you so.
Oh. You're going to get one from me too, you little bitch.
Wow.
Dang, this is a family
Why
show.
the bitch word? Unbelievable.
They can say bitch on TV.
Oh, it's PG-13 today.
Yeah, well.
It's
gonna
kind of like
lose
that
our
show that you
sponsors.
watched that said
I mean, look,
PG,
like
but
everybody
it was
else,
that
I
one
hope and pray
episode.
that they do go a different direction.
I told you this
I hope Balor
so many
wins.
times on the show. When you just sit back and enjoy it for what it is and stop worrying about, oh my God, Roman Reigns.
But see, that's my whole thing. I don't hate Roman Reigns. I feel about Roman Reigns the same way I feel about Cena these days. Like, during the run, yeah, I was kind of like, okay, I'm over Cena. Now I'm
He's got
at
great
this
matches.
piece with Cena where it's like, okay, he's good for what he's there for. I feel the same way about Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is the new John Cena.
But
Hands down.
I don't love him, but I don't dislike him.
I love him. I love what he does. I love the fact that he brings
But
eyes
you don't
to
want him
the
in
product.
the championship match at WrestleMania?
I don't think that's necessarily the best spot for him. I think there's so much more. There's like a much
just
more
don't
interesting
see
story
it.
to tell between
I just
Rollins
think-
and Reigns.
I just
Plus,
think
Dean
it's
Ambrose should be coming
inevitable,
back
though,
around that
too.
time too.
I just don't see any appeal to a Reigns versus Brock 2.
Yeah,
I
Now
just
we had a
think
Cena
it's
versus Rock,
it's basically
too.
like
it
the-
was-
I just think it's going to be the same way when Cena finally breaks Flair's streak. You know it's going to happen. You just might as well embrace it.
Yeah, well, they have time to do that too.
Yeah.
Yet. So this obviously isn't the time right here.
But it's
Maybe
going
it
to be.
is.
Who knows? It could be.
He's not going to retire and do it.
Yeah, maybe
He's
going
going to have a little bit of a run with the belt.
Yeah, I've said this before about Strowman, and it's bit me in the ass. Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, we've
Braun
said that
Strowman
many
is
times.
over like Rover, and
Right.
I think people really want that Lesnar one-on-one with, because if you look at their match history together, they've never had like a true one-on-one with each other. It's always been like a triple threat or that 5-way from whatever pay-per-view
They had
it
a
was.
one-on-one a couple months ago at a pay-per-view.
Lesnar and Strowman.
Yeah. I can't remember which pay-per-view, but because Lesnar...
Yeah, it was after Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
He lost after an F5, one F5.
Yeah. 'cause-
Oh, yeah.
And it was not good.
It was not good. Because we were all kind of sore on that one. Like,
Right.
really? He got power slammed. He
I
got
remember
And then he
wrecked,
just
and then
had
he
the title match at Rumble. How many title matches is this guy going to get and lose?
All of them. Just give them all the belts.
You made the wrong choice, Travis, and now you must live with the consequences. You'll never touch this belt again.
That's fine.
so dejected all of a sudden.
Wind.
As long as I'm sports entertained, that's all that matters.
Well, we probably will be.
Yeah. So that's your card, top to bottom. We are all over the damn place with these picks.
Got
Yeah,
a little
it'll be
personal
interesting.
today, too.
That's what happens when you have these like 6-7 people multi-man elimination matches. Everybody's got their own pick.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
Yeah, it really could.
Not a 50-50 anymore.
Yeah. That's why I like multi-man matches. They're fun.
Anytime there's multiple men, Travis is interested.
Hey, man, you know me.
Childish.
This has probably been the most off the rails episode I think we've ever had. This is just all
There's
over
no
the place.
way that this is the most off the rail ever. No way.
It's gonna fit in the pantheon
it's
of
top
like
three,
yeah,
for
top
sure.
top three most off the rail episodes of Audio Suplex Live to ever exist. This one's gonna get buried in the archives. We're gonna throw this in the filing cabinet and lock it up. Never look at it again.
Because of how embarrassing your picks were?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be horrendous. I'm gonna go like 0 for 6. It's gonna be so bad, so bad, so
You might
bad.
get one or two right.
Yeah, who knows? Any other thoughts on this card or WrestleMania in general, guys? I feel like there's so much that we haven't talked about, outside of this pay-per-view, like Johnny Gargano apparently leaving NXT.
Quote unquote leaving NXT.
Yeah, like what's going on there? What are
Comes
we doing?
back as Wrestling Johnny.
Yeah, El Vagabundo puts on the mask, and I could see that. Or I would like to see him like trying to decide like what he's gonna do now, and then like
Yeah, because if
Tommaso-
we're fitting in the hour time slot, we got a couple of minutes left.
Tommaso-
What did you guys think about that?
I
Great
thought
match, not what it was at TakeOver.
I was really ready, and I'm still ready. I want to see the end to this Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano.
It has to
feud.
be on the yellow brand.
And it has to be on
happen.
NXT. If you pull this feud up to 205 Live, and that's where we get our blow off, I'm gonna be so.
It won't be a blow off. It'll be on the purple brand, but you'll still be very blue down there.
Yeah, I'm just like this. Like NXT.
What if they
Is,
give him the full hour
NXT is
Iron Man match?
NXT is especially good at this
That'd be dope.
of storytelling. NXT stories should be finished in NXT.
Yeah.
Like you should not start a story in NXT and continue it. Like you can play off of stuff that
So
happened in
Asuka's
NXT.
not as undefeated as she is.
I mean,
Well,
so what I'm saying
so you
is
said NXT earlier is canon. So
NXT is canon, but like things that start there, like a feud like that, need to
you need
finish
to have a
there.
season finale.
Yeah, you need to have that season finale because that
But-
is like,
Triple H is trying to save 205 Live right now.
and that's fine. He's doing a
And he's
fantastic
pulling up
job.
a bunch of
First
guys.
off, he
I can
found
see an Iron Man match between those two debuting on 205 Live.
no. That would take the wind out of my sails for that.
A
That match,
simultaneous debut to 205
That match-
Live to have an NXT match on 205 to make people
if you
tune
put
into. No.
if you put an Iron Man match between those two on 205 Live in front of a sleepy Tuesday night
I
SmackDown
honestly
crowd,
think they should do it. They should flip it.
no, they should put.
Just put 205 in front of SmackDown, man. So
They really need to, just because.
They should really. What they should really do is flesh out. I want to see where the story goes with him leaving NXT, because that match, even if it doesn't headline a takeover like I thought it should, it needs to be on a takeover, and it needs to be like that match. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like every takeover has that match that's the match for whatever takeover
I
it
thought
falls on.
what I was waiting for it to happen was that match was going to end, and yeah, Johnny put his contract on the line, and like Regal was going to come out and say like, I'm actually not going to allow you to do that. It's still on my terms. You're my talent on my show. Not going to allow it to happen. But then they had that WWE.com exclusive where it was actually Regal handing him over the termination papers and having them being signed.
Oh,
like,
man.
They drove it home
So
after the show was over.
Here's a problem I see with, not to backtrack a little bit, but 205 Live being before SmackDown, you're going to have probably even more problems with people not showing up until halfway through 205 Live or the end of 205 Live.
Yeah, people still piling in.
You're going to have an empty arena for the beginning of your big show, 205 Live, for your big intro, whereas if it's right after SmackDown, people haven't necessarily left yet. So
Well,
you get that opening shot.
Yeah.
They
I
always
guess you're
book
right.
that dark match after SmackDown as well to get people to stay
They
through
try
205
to make
Live.
people stay. But even wrestling fans, if you're tired or you got to work the next day,
It's a Tuesday night, man.
you're not going to stay out the extra hour and a
5
half.
hours of wrestling.
Yeah, that's a lot of wrestling.
So,
I mean, I stayed for 205 Live last time I went to go see SmackDown. That's because
I stayed for a
love
match. The last time I went last year, I stayed for like a match or two, but it's too much.
Well, we got that Tozawa Kendrick street fight, and that was fantastic last time. Love that match.
So, I mean, what do you guys think that they're going to do with it, though? Because now you have a returning Ciampa who, if Johnny's gone, doesn't have a place
unsanctioned
either.
match.
So what does that...
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's going to end up resulting in like an unsanctioned street fight or something like that, kind of like a Seth Rollins versus Triple H at WrestleMania last year, where it's like, okay, technically Johnny Gargano, you're not a member of the NXT roster anymore, so we can't actually book this match for you. But if you want to take on Tommaso Ciampa and you want to get your revenge, we'll have an unsanctioned street fight at NXT TakeOver New Orleans or something like that, and that'll be the big blow off.
So that match last year was unsanctioned?
Yeah, because Seth Rollins was quote unquote injured and couldn't like officially compete. So that's why it was they booked it as an unsanctioned street fight. I could see a similar situation to that where they say, okay, fine, but then they're going to go full go. Like they're going to go
I think they'd probably get drafted then after.
shortly thereafter, maybe even to separate brands.
Here's what I'm thinking. Now that 205 Live has their own GM, maybe he shows up. He's like, hey, I want to draft some guys too. Like, I need some guys for my show.
You wouldn't say it like that.
No, he's a lot more British than that.
I don't know. He's a
My
British guy.
name is Drake Maverick,
Drake Maverick.
and I need some new talent for my show here on 205 Live.
One of the biggest and best moves I think they've made on 205 Live is bringing up Buddy Murphy.
Oh,
Hey, he looked good.
Huge.
He's a huge dude too. That's like 204.
Somebody on
like
Reddit
that.
said, when you can't get Kenny Omega for your brand, you make your own.
Oh no!
Good day and good
day.
night.
Dang.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, no, I think he's going to be a fantastic addition. He's going to really kind of like help out that roster a ton.
Get like 2 or 3 more solid guys on
Some
there.
of those NXT guys that they've been bringing up as well, like you got what's his name, My Family himself. Roddy
Mr.
Strong.
Mr. Roderick.
Roddy Strong. Maybe he brings his family with him to 205 Live.
Yeah.
He's just a
That's
kid.
some more talent.
Yeah,
Everybody loves Baby Troy.
fill out that roster, man.
Son
Get the baby in
starts
there.
throwing drop kicks.
Exactly.
I can see Mark Andrews, hanging around a little bit because
Yeah,
they're
I
not
can
really
see
doing
that.
anything with the UK brand right now besides defending the title on NXT occasionally against non-British people.
twice a year.
on against Pete Dunne, who's going to hold it for now almost a year.
Now Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Pete Dunne's going to die with that belt at an
I hope
ICW
he
show.
dies with that
Wow,
belt.
unbelievable.
With that belt when he's old.
Yeah, so that's it, boys. That's Elimination Chamber.
And a little bit of NXT.
A little bit NXT.
And some 205 Live.
You and I just need to have like our own segment on the show where we just do like the NXT corner. Up next with Tony and Travis.
It's a pre-recorded segment
Yeah.
that we put on.
We just talk about
Just
like
record it after we leave, and then you can
That's not a bad
diddle
idea.
each other after.
Let's spitball that a little bit off the air. Let's take it under the treetops. We'll talk about it later. Close the
See you at the Roman Reigns
I'm not
victory
following
party.
you into
That's
any
right.
woods after you
I'm already
just-
wearing my shirt.
boys. Let's close the kimonos up a little bit. Let's
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. He's saying some
Why is
shit.
your kimono open right now, Travis? Jesus Christ.
because Asuka's winning tonight.
Oh, celebratory kimono.
You're gonna catch me in the streets with my Asuka mask on and my kimono.
It's kind of like how everybody shows up for
Okay.
Black Panther. Like we're all wearing.
He's going to wear that to the Roman Reigns victory party sponsored by Travis tonight.
Yes, and
you get wear your thong on the outside of your pants.
Lane Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles is gonna bring free beer for everybody. So get
Be
ready
there,
for
be
that.
square.
Get ready for that. Roman Reigns victory party at my house tonight, guys.
All right, to get it back on the rails, Monday Night Stew.
Yes, Monday Night Stew, be there.
I'm always there. You could see me looking extra posh with a snifter full of mead. You got Heel Corey there in his shades inside and out.
Actually, I don't normally wear them on Monday.
What's my move?
Your move?
Sit up at the DJ booth and text a lot.
Text a
quality
lot.
trivia.
Yeah.
You know, something to you got a lot of curveballs in there, man. I
I'm
can go
hitting-
in there confident with some knowledge because I do partake. Even though I'm part of the show, I don't know any of the answers.
If you're listening to this,
It's
and you're-
very fun.
study up, chumps.
And we've had a good packed room many a times.
We need to have
So,
a packed room tomorrow night.
We really do. Please.
The head honcho, the owner of the bar, is coming in tomorrow night, so
fluff it up.
we got to fluff it up. Fluff
Got to
up
fluff
those
it
numbers.
up. You come and drink all the Mountain Dews, the Diet Cokes, the waters.
I'm going to put this out there right now.
Get a side of fries.
One lucky person that comes in tomorrow night to the beer stew for Monday Night Stew and comes up to me and mentions hearing this, one lucky person
Yeah.
will get a free Audio Suplex Live t-shirt.
I say 2 people.
Two
I
people?
say two.
I say two
let's do
people.
two.
If you come up to me tomorrow at Monday Night Stew and you mention listening to this episode and hearing this, you will get a free Audio Suplex Live
So
t-shirt.
mention episode 43.
Mention this
You can
conversation
come
right
up
now.
to Travis.
Hashtag free t-shirt.
Yeah, hashtag free t-shirt. Come up to Travis
T-shirt
or
did nothing
Corey
wrong. Free my
and
man
just,
t-shirt.
And just drop the words episode 43. Get a free t.
Yeah, you say
Wait, are we
episode.
talking about those other t-shirts?
I'll even give you guys a preview. I'll give you some of the categories for trivia tomorrow night. So I
Sure.
have it
Yeah.
on here.
So people know that show up.
Yeah, and you can start doing your homework now. We got a true or false round about current Hall of Famer just recently announced, JEFFJARRETT Jeff Jarrett for some reason, who's going into the
Can
Hall
you
of Fame.
find enough trivia about that man?
It was a struggle. Elimination Chamber. We've got a wrestling anagram. We have got WrestleMania's trivia about the main event for WrestleMania. If you guys are listening to this, I'm giving you the categories right now. You guys can check it out.
Oh, shit.
Do your homework.
Trivia starts at 9 p.m.
Study up, chumps. Come through. I want to stump
Show
you.
starts at 8, but trivia is at 9, so we allow you guys to pile in, so you have plenty of time. But you want to be among the first 2 to mention episode 43 and to get that free t-shirt. So
the
get
free
there
t-shirt.
early.
Oh, if you tag yourself on our post, too, you get a chance to win $10.
Yeah, an additional $10 in prize money.
Shoot, I'll buy your first beverage.
Let's go.
Damn.
So tomorrow night, Monday Night Stew at the Beer Stew in beautiful Toledo, Ohio. We will be there in full representation of Audio Suplex Live. And yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
So we're gonna get out of here. Let you guys get ready for Elimination Chamber this evening, and we will see you again
Soon.
shortly.
Someday.
Someday.
Hey, this is Joe, producer of Audio Suplex Live. We'd like to give a shout out to the band Wax for our intro and outro music. Make sure you check them out at the link below.
You've been listening to the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.